So I'm American, born in America, but not raised there. I was raised in Japan, and then I finished high school in Italy, and then I've been coming back and forth to Italy over the last 6 years. I've been coming back and forth, and I lived here for about 4 years. Yeah, I was coming back and forth, and then I was living here consistently for 2 years, 2.5 years. My husband is Italian, born in Italy, raised in Italy. We met my senior year when I was in high school, literally the night before my graduation. I went out Saturday, and when you stay in the club, you stay there until like the next day. So technically I was there until Sunday. I'd already signed up for summer classes that were going to start in June to go to the States, specifically to Florida, Tallahassee, Florida. We met at a new club, which is a hip-hop club near the military base here, where a lot of Americans go. I was dancing, and then I noticed him across the room, and I thought he was someone else. So I went up to him. Well, first I argued with my friend because I told her that it was someone else, and she said, no, yeah, you're right, it's probably him, so you should go talk to him. And I was like, oh my God, no, and it might be weird, blah, blah, blah. So we're going back and forth, and eventually I was like, fine, I'll go talk to him just, to prove my point. So I went over to him, and get this guy is like, buff, and he's wearing a shirt that says Navy across the front, and he has on a dog tag necklace, which I now am the owner of, and he has a short buzz cut. So I'm assuming, he must be American that I think he is. So I go up to him, and I say, hey, are you so-and-so? And he's like, no, my name is Giulio, and I am Italian. It's like, okay, it's a way to introduce yourself. But anyways, do you want to dance? And he said yes. So we started dancing, and things were going pretty well. And then he asked me if I wanted to get a drink. And then I said no, because in high school you're taught, like, don't take drinks from strangers and stuff like that, because of the fear of them like spiking your drink or something, and crazy things like date rape happening. So I didn't know him. I only had met him 10 minutes ago into dancing. So I said, no thanks, I don't drink. And this is the part that he told me. So he went over to the bar. A friend saw him at the bar and told him, oh, that chick over there that you're talking to, that's gonna be your girlfriend. And he was like, what, you're so crazy, I just met her. Minutes later he came back to me, and we're dancing and talking. So then we started talking a little bit, and I told him, I'm leaving soon to go to the States. I'm leaving in another week because I go to Florida to start summer classes. And he was like, oh my God, me too. And so crazy that we were both going to the States at the same time, but you must be going somewhere else. And he said, no, actually I'm going to Miami, Florida. So we're only going to be 8 hours away from each other. Well, by car anyways. And I'll get to that part of the story later. We're going to be in the same state, basically, and during the same time period. And he told me that he was going on vacation with his friend, and that it's kind of, he thought it was crazy too that we just happened to go into the same place. So eventually I said, okay, this guy, it's been an hour that we've been dancing, and he hasn't asked me for my number. So I went ahead and asked him, do you want my Facebook? Because here in Italy, most people move with Facebook, or like nowadays, like WhatsApp. But it's easier to keep connected with people, especially international people, because like no one's gonna have the same phone number. If they are like not from the country, they must be like renting a phone or something like that. So it's easier to use Facebook. So I asked him if he wanted my Facebook, and he was like, yeah, okay. So I put my stuff in his phone, and then I asked for his number, and we exchanged numbers. And then I had to leave because I could only stay at the club until like 3 o'clock. I went home, and the next day was the ceremony. At the ceremony that night, I told my friends about this guy that I met. I said, oh my God, you should ask him to come out with us. We should go for a drink. And I was so exhausted because we've been practicing all day. But I decided, yeah, why not? I mean, because I'm leaving soon, so it would be crazy for me not to meet up with him. I might not have time. So I ended up asking him, and he turned me down. And I was so sad because I thought, oh, maybe it's something I did. I'm over here overthinking the situation. But he told me, no, it's because I just came home from the gym. And I never realized until like I would say about a year into us dating, how far away he actually lived. At that moment in time, was living in Murano, and I was living in Vicenza, like close to the downtown, the center where the Teatro Olimpico is. And that is about 35 minutes driving. Okay. And so eventually we ended up going out and dating, and he took me on a really romantic trip to like a beautiful park, and we had a picnic, because I told him, I was joking around with him, and I said, it would be really cool if you took me on a picnic and like, you know, maybe sandwiches and stuff like that. And he took me, like, honestly, and showed up with a cooler, drinks, gum, snacks, and he made his own he made sandwiches and brought blankets and everything. And I was like, oh my god, this guy's a joke, right? And because before that, you know, we had been going on a few dates, and then he finally took me on this big date because I was leaving in like 2 days. So after that, we decided that we were really into each other and that we would want to see each other when he came to the States. So after about a month of waiting, he ended up coming to the States, and we really hit it off. And then so much so that he drove. So he first was in Miami, and because he wanted to spend time with me, he rented a car, he had gotten a hotel, and drove all the way from like Miami, his first time in the US ever, right, from Miami to Tallahassee. And also his first time with an automatic car, because you know how Italians are with automatic cars. If you are Italian or know Italians or live in Italy, you would know what I'm talking about. So he drove all the way to Tallahassee, got a place, and just to spend that extra 2 months with me when I was in school, and then drove all the way back down to Miami with me. We spent time together in Miami. And then he extended his plane ticket like an extra month because he didn't want to leave me. And then we went back to Tallahassee together, helped me move in. And then shortly after, he flew back to Italy. And then at that point, we decided that we were in love, of course. And the next 2 years, was consistent of us dating, going back and forth. So every summer I would come here, and then he would come a little bit back to the US, and then I would come every Christmas. And then one Christmas he came to Atlanta. So because I ended up transferring schools and moving to Georgia, we ended up doing this back and forth thing for about 3 years, until 1 year when he came to the States, he gave me the first ring that you see here, with the 3 diamonds. And he told me that it was like a promise ring to show how much he loved me, blah, blah, blah. But the truth was, he was afraid to propose to me because he thought that I would turn him down because I was too busy focusing on studying and finishing school. And then we talked about it, and I was like, you know, like, this visiting thing is getting really expensive. First, I was really nervous to ask him because I was thinking, okay, maybe he might not be ready, maybe it's not the right time. But then the more we talked about it, I was like, well, you know what? I better ask him now. It's now or never. And so I told him we should just get married. And he said absolutely, and we started planning our wedding. Now initially we were going to get married in the summer, but ended up getting married in the winter. Because I don't want to make this video super long, I'm just going to stop it here to talk about how we met. And if you have any more questions, specific questions about our relationship and how we survived the long distance, I'll make another video about that, and then another video explaining how we got married in the marriage process and what we're currently going through right now. Because as of right now, we're going to Naples to do one of his interviews to get towards his green card to move to the States. And we decided we're going to stay in the States for a little while and then decide where we're going to go from there. Being an international couple is not easy, especially being an interracial couple, so there's lots of things to talk about on that topic, and I hope to bring some more videos to you guys about that. And I hope you guys enjoyed a little snippet of our love story, and I will talk to you guys soon. Not sure where exactly we'll end up. Like I said, as of now, we are looking towards going back to Georgia and staying there for a little while because I'm still finishing school. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe and press the little bell up in the corner so that way when I do post my video talking about the paperwork and the finances and other little fun aspects about our relationship, then you could get those updates right away. Me and my husband, we did long distance for a total of 4 years, including the first year of our marriage. We spent a lot of time apart. It was a very painful time for us because of the stipulations behind like travel and things like that.